Back now on the show, we're going to focus on Germany, and Chancellor Angela Merkel has said that Germany is over the peak of its latest surge in coronavirus cases, but that she wants to wait for data on the spread of new variants before deciding on any lifting of the restrictions there. For more on Germany's situation, we're joined by DW's Anja Koch from Berlin. Thanks so much for joining us. Now in Germany, the number of infections is going down, while Portugal, on the other hand, is facing an increase. Can you give us some details?
Yeah, the infection rate in Portugal indeed started to soar in the beginning of January. Since then, the number of active cases has gone up by more than 240%. There are basically two main reasons to that. The first is that there was a relaxation of social distancing rules during Christmas. People traveled, people visited their families. And the second reason basically is the Portuguese authorities said that the new strains of the virus, the more infectious strains, are already widespread in Portugal. Now, the situation there looks like this. The hospitals are overflowing. The health ministry said that over the past weekend, there were only 7 free ICU beds left for the whole country, and the government has now asked for help. Germany, for example, has offered that kind of help. Germany said they would send ventilators, among other things. Now, here in Germany, the numbers of new infections are actually going down. Active cases have dropped by around 40% since December. But having said that, there's also growing concern in Germany about the new strains of the virus. The German government just recently installed a travel ban for people coming from those countries where the new strains are already widespread.
And Germany started vaccinating people roughly a month ago, but the vaccination campaign is being met with increasing criticism. Why is that, and what is the government doing?
Well, especially elder people are complaining that the process to actually get an appointment is much too complicated. But also young Germans feel that the vaccination campaign is going too slow, and indeed manufacturers have fallen behind on deliveries. When we compare the numbers, when you see Germany has so far managed to vaccinate around 2.4% of its population. When you compare that to other countries, to the UK, for example, they have already managed to vaccinate around almost 14% of the population. So this week, the German government apparently felt the need to reassure Germans that they have understood the criticism. So the government organized at the beginning of the week a so-called vaccination summit, a meeting between Chancellor Merkel, regional leaders and representatives of the pharmaceutical companies.
Right, and what was the outcome of that meeting?
Well, I think the most important outcome, at least for Germans here, was that Angela Merkel repeated her promise that everyone would be offered a vaccination by the end of the summer. That would mean by September 21st. That date is becoming more and more important for Germans. And she also said that she expected more deliveries by BioNTech. BioNTech is expected to deliver 75 million additional doses to the EU in the second quarter. But Merkel also stressed that in that first quarter of the year until March, there will be a shortage of vaccine that makes a quick end of Germany's lockdown very unlikely.